In this video of Will It Cut It Part 2, we'll explore a number of different materials to see if the X-Tool D1 can cut through the material or if it can't cut the mustard. Stay tuned to find out more. Welcome back to the Laser Channel. My name is Greg, and this episode I'm really excited to make. It's part 2 of Will the X-Tool D1 Cut It? In the first video, we explored cutting some chocolate, cookies, and unconventional things to maybe spark some creative imagination with some of our viewers. So without any further ado, let's get started. Here's a couple of the settings that I'll be using in today's runs. Quick note on the setup and settings that we're using today. I've got a piece of drywall set up in the workbed area. I also have that taped down so as the machine's running it does not shift around. First up in the test we have Jimmy Dean breakfast sausage links. They look like this. So I'll open this up. Well, so I've got one that's already thawed out. I'll cut this down to about 1/4 inch and toss it in and get started. So here's what that looks like cut down. We'll go ahead and get that placed in. Will it cut it through the Jimmy Dean breakfast sausage? We'll find out in just a second. Let's take a look at what we have here. I know that I've got a little bit of grease spots down there, and it does look like from the marks down below that it did almost cut all the way through. So there we have it. It cut most of the way through. I think if we did a few more passes, we would be all set. Here's another look on the main camera. So I don't know about you, but I'm going to call that it can cut all the way through a Jimmy Dean sausage. That's been cut down to, this is more like about 1/2 inch. Next up is Michele's pizza snack rolls, the pepperoni kind. Here's what the container looks like. And let's open this up and wow, that's really small.
That's what she said.
So I've got one of these thawed out. We'll get that in the tool and run the test. And same settings at 100% at 5 millimeters per second, 10 passes. It looks like as we were cutting, it was starting to cook the pizza roll a little bit, and it looks like it did puff up a little bit. Don't see anything on the back side. It did cut somewhat through. So it went through the top part of the pastry and kind of halfway through. Doesn't look like there's too much filling in there, so I'm going to say that there wasn't too much of a challenge there, but still it did not cut all the way through. So I'll put this in another pile of it did not cut through. Next up is Lay's Stacks potato chips, the original kind. So let's crack these open. I don't think these have been opened yet. Nope, they have not been rated yet. And there's the top. I'll be back in a second with the blade. All right, let's try opening this up one more time. So big canister, little chips, but none of them are broken. I have a stack of 5 chips that are about 1/2 inch thick with some air gaps in between. Let's find out if it cuts all the way through or how many layers of chips it cuts through. Okay, let's find out how many chips this went through. And we've got 1, 2, I can see that we cut a sliver off of another one, so I think the chips are falling down and it's recutting them. Let's continue on. And I think I can get this third one. So again, about the same. We went through 3 and a little bit into the 4th one and a little bit into the 5th one. So not quite all the way through, but if you want to cut through up to 2 or 3 chips, it will definitely do that, but we are going to put that in. The pile of did not go all the way through. Next up, I have chocolate cream cakes. They look something like this, very similar to a Twinkie, I think. Open that up, and these are much larger than I expected they would be based off of the pizza rolls that we opened up earlier. And this is what that looks like, and I'll figure out a way to cut this down so it's about a 1/2 inch thick. So we'll get a little bit of the cake and a little bit of the cream filling, see how much the laser can cut through. Here's that cream cake. I cut it in half like this. We're going to use the bottom half. Let's get it in the tool and let's find out if the D1 will cut through. It's the moment of truth. Let's find out if it cut all the way through. It looks like it wanted to. I can see some light coming through that. Let's break that in half. Here on the main camera, make sure that's focused in. That cut most of the way through, and in fact I can actually pull out that piece. So let's go ahead and say that that can cut through. Maybe it needed just 1 or 2 more passes. 4 materials tested, 2 of them we cut through, 2 of them we did not. Let's grab some more stuff and see what we can do. Next up, pork rinds. Let's see if it will cut through a pork rind. Here's a close-up. I don't think we need to cut this down at all. We'll put it in the tool, set the focus, and run the test. Pork rinds, I think it will have an easy time cutting through this. I've been using this laser for a while, and I could tell by the sound about 1/3 of the way through after just a couple passes that we in fact did go all the way through. Here's the piece that I already pulled out, and we even left a little bit of a ring into our drywall scrap piece. Looks like this on the main camera, so definitely can go through a pork rind. We'll put that in the win pile. Last up on our items that I'm testing today is a pickled sausage. Looks something like this, and I'm not sure even what's in this, and the writing's really small. Says the first ingredient is mechanically separated chicken, pork, and natural flavors, and soy protein, and a lot of preservatives. Oh, there's some beef in there too. I think the farm is what's inside of this. That's what's inside. So let's go ahead and open this. Not an easy way to open that. Okay, I'm back again with the scissors to open this up. And it's still not opening. How do people eat these? There we go. Let's get this cleaned up, cut down to about a 1/2 inch, and then the laser tool. I now have this cut down to about a 1/2 inch. Let's place it in the laser tool. I already have the focus preset. Cut complete. Let's find out what we have. And that cut almost all the way through. Go up to the main camera. So this actually is going to be a little bit thicker than a 1/2 inch. So our target is a 1/2 inch, and this looks to be about a 1/2 inch. So I'm going to go ahead and say that a 1/2 inch sausage, it can cut through. So we'll put that in the win pile. Thank you for watching today's video. I hope that you enjoyed it as much as I liked producing this content for you, testing out all of these different random food items today. If you'd like to see other items tested, please leave a comment down below. If you found that this was entertaining and you liked it, please leave a like, a subscribe, or a comment down below. That really does help the channel out, and it helps other people find content like this on YouTube. Until next time, be safe, be happy, and be creative.